And what's going on, you guys? This is your boy, Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new Yes for the Mess deep dive, okay? Now, before we get into that, I have two things that I want to tell you guys before we get into it. My good friend, my bestie, my YouTube colleague, giving you the real tea, his main channel was struck, okay? It was struck earlier this week. He hasn't been able to post anything from lives, videos, shorts, community wall posts. He hasn't been able to do that. So with that being said, he will be posting. He's been posting things all week on his second platform, which is Gags with T, and it recently hit 4K this week. So if you don't want to miss any lives, any videos or anything, make sure you guys subscribe to Gags with T. He will be posting on this platform until Monday when the strike is lifted from giving you the real tea. All right. And if you need the link will be down in the description box. All right. So make sure you guys do that. Also, the Boss Baby Awards. Make sure you guys support myself, Jamar, Bundy Blue, House of Aaron, Ondario, as well as the Chasing Reality family. The link will be available down below for the Boss Babe polls. All right? All right. So now that I'm done telling you guys about those two things, let's go ahead and get into the deep dive. Now, today's deep dive is mainly about the Real Housewives of Potomac, and it's about Candiace Dillard and Wendy Osefo. And the thing is, I've been looking at tweets, I've been looking at Facebook posts, I've been looking at, message boards just to see what everybody's been saying. And from what I've been seeing, the clear consensus is that Candiace and Wendy is the biggest problem of the Real Housewives of Potomac. Y'all didn't hear the sarcasm? Do y'all really believe that that's what I think? If you do, you're crazy. Okay? Now, let's get into it. Candiace Dillard Bassett, she came on the Real Housewives of Atlanta in Real Housewives of Potomac, season 3. Okay, that's when she came on. Wendy Osefo came on the Real Housewives of Potomac in season 5, right? Candiace came on, and from the very beginning, she found herself clashing with the likes of Charisse. Then she found herself clashing with Giselle. She grew a bond with Robin and Karen, and not to mention, she found herself later on clashing with Ashley. When Wendy came on the scene, she pretty much began to clash with Ashley from the time she came on. Wendy was the first Nigerian that was a part of the Real Housewives franchise. But for whatever reason, these two women just can't seem to catch a break. It seems like anytime these two women does something, it's always an issue. And the people are trying to figure out what it is. Now, I'm a person who was very indifferent to both Candiace and Wendy when they first came along. Now, except for Candiace, because when Candiace first came on the show, season 3, loved her. I was so happy she was there. Season 4 and 5, she was annoying. By season 6, I was just a little bit indifferent. By season 7, I found myself defending Candiace a lot. With Wendy, I did not like Wendy when she first came along. I'm going to be honest with you. Y'all know I didn't like her. I thought that she was classist. I thought she was one of those people that use their education to, make other people feel beneath them and stuff like that, because she would always talk about her 4 degrees all the time. But then by season 6, she started to loosen up, be a little bit more fun, a little bit more lively. And when I saw the way she was attacked about her style of dressing and the work that she had done on her body and how they tried to make it seem like, oh, she went and got some surgery so she can keep her husband, that became a lot. And I felt bad for Wendy, and I started to really see a different side of her and stuff like that. So people feel like Candiace and Wendy are the problem when it comes down to the Real Housewives of Potomac. And they want to say that because of the whole colorism allegations that keep on coming out about this show. But what they don't understand is that the topic of racism and the topic of colorism did not start with Candiace and Wendy. I don't know if some of y'all wasn't watching from the beginning, or if y'all just didn't take out the time to look at Hulu or look at Peacock and watch it from the very beginning. But the topic of racism and colorism was talked about at the very beginning of the show. Y'all don't remember how Giselle and Robin were both going in on Katie about whether or not she was really black or she wasn't black enough and all this other stuff? That topic has already been discussed. It's been talked about a long time ago. But a lot of y'all just started watching season 5. And that's when the colorism allegations became a whole lot. Like it was in your face by that point. But they've been talking about that. It's nothing new here. I don't really think that Candiace and Wendy are really the issues here at all. The issue is that these girls have fallen into their basketball wives bag. And what I mean by their basketball wives bag is the Real Housewives of Potomac has become toxic. And we started to see that toxicity by the time they got to season 5 when Candiace and Monique got into their physical altercation. We all seen it coming right then. But the thing about it is, anytime there's drama and Candiace and Wendy are a part of that drama, they get ridiculed, they get stoned, and all of that good stuff. But then when it's the other girls, don't nobody have nothing to say. And I think that's the problem that they got. You know, it's like I said this on one of my reviews before. Karen and Giselle, they can read each other all day. They can go below the belt. They can say all kinds of heinous ass shit about one another. But let Candiace say it to Giselle. Giselle ain't never forgiven her. Giselle can perpetuate a rumor about Candiace's husband, making it sound like he was trying to SH her, SE actually harass her by asking her to come in their room and all this other stuff, making it sound like he was trying to try something with her. Say that on national TV, but then don't understand why Candiace is upset with her about it. Giselle can pull up a rumor from a blog that they deem non-credible and bring up rumors that's involving her husband and don't understand why Wendy is upset about that. When you was upset when Monique brought Kendall, which is Sherman's ex-wife, on the show. Like, you can dish it, but you can never take it. Like, you can do shit, say shit, do a whole bunch of grimy stuff to people, but when it's done to you, you can't handle it. When Karen, you know, it's just like Candiace and Wendy are always in the hot seat. They're always getting the short end of the stick all the time. And it's like they have to kiss their ass to get along with them. And that's one thing I'm never going to do. I'm never going to kiss nobody's ass to get along with them. But that's exactly what they feel like they got to do. Oh, we got to make nice with Giselle. We got to make nice with Robin. We got to make nice with them because them the two with the most power on the show, even though now one of them got no storyline. Robin just got a damn storyline and she don't even utilize this shit. You know, we want to get more into her business about this whole Juan situation, and she ain't allowing us to do that anyway. So to us, it's like, okay, so why the fuck is she here? She don't want to share her life. She don't want to tell us what's really going on. So what's going on here? You know what I mean? Like these girls make it so hard for Candiace and Wendy, in my opinion. They really do. And as I said early on, colorism and racism has always been the extra wives of this show. It's always been there. And from what I've been reading, I don't know much about the DMV. I ain't never been to the DMV. But correct me if I'm wrong, but I read somewhere that was like, well, colorism is prevalent in the DMV. You know, that's all they do. That's all they do. I don't know. So don't stone me for it. I'm just repeating what other folks said on message boards and things like that. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it. But I think that it's crazy how they get, you know, the worst situations. It's like they have to grovel to them in order to keep their airtime, because we already know that's what they're doing. Because I feel like if it wasn't for this show, they would not be trying to talk to either Robin nor Giselle or even Mia for that instance. They wouldn't try to talk to none of them. But because this is a show and your airtime depends on how many people you can film with, and knowing them, they have an issue with half the cast, Robin, Giselle, Mia, that's the majority. And then NECA, all these different people. So they're trying to do whatever they can to keep their checks. And it looks pathetic on the outside looking in, but we know that they got to do what they got to do to keep their check going. And I hate it for them. I hate they got to do that, but that's what they're doing. Wendy, I feel, gets it the worst, right? Not only did these women repeat a rumor about her husband, but Wendy was assaulted by Mia Thornton last season. Had a drink thrown in her face, was hit with a pocketbook, all that. And nobody said anything. Nobody said nothing. There wasn't an intervention that was had for Mia as it was for Monique. You can't say that you stand against violence, but you're good with violence when it's dealing with someone that you don't like. My thing is, what did Wendy do so bad that has Giselle so pressed by her? And Giselle does have a lot of fans, and they love to say how unbothered Giselle is and how she really don't give a damn. She do. Anytime Wendy walks into the room, her ass get pissed. It's very clear that she gets pissed every time that girl walk in the room. She don't speak to her. She act like she don't exist. It's just crazy. What exactly did Wendy do to you, girl? Like, what did she do to you to have you so mad and pissed off the way that you are? It's not looking too good. You feel what I'm saying? It ain't looking too good. I do feel like they're doing their best to get them off the show as well, by them not inviting them places, by them not filming with them. They're trying to get them off the show. It's clear as day. It's the same situation that was happening with OG. And it goes back to the question of, why are the dark-skinned women considered to be a problem? Some would say Wendy was ugly, so that's why she got a complex about herself. Or one would say OG was ugly, and that's why they have a complex about themselves. Or one would say Candiace is insecure about herself, and that's why she got the feelings that she has. You can easily say that she's insecure. I don't know if she's insecure or not, but you could say that. I don't know if it's true or not, but one could say that she's insecure. One could say that that's some bullshit. What makes her insecure? Because she's calling you out on your shit? Because she's calling out the mistreatment that they've been receiving? I remember when it was happening with OG, and they were saying, oh, she's just mad because Evelyn is pretty and she's not. Oh, she's just mad because the other girls are pretty and she's not. It's not even about that. It's about the way the light-skinned girls get treated versus the dark-skinned girls. We're not going to act like light-skinned privilege doesn't exist the same way white privilege exists. We're not going to do that. It's pretty much the same thing with Erica Mena calling Spice a monkey, and nobody has a problem with that. My thing is that I would never sit up here and act like, Candiace and Wendy have been the most perfect people on this show, because I would be lying if I said that. They're not perfect people. No one is a perfect person. But I still call bullshit on the way that they handle themselves, the way that they handle these situations at hand. The way that they handle them is not necessary. It ain't even called for. Like, why do y'all do the things that y'all be doing to these girls? Like, they don't deserve that. Ashley has said and done way worse than Candiace and Wendy, and that girl get away with every damn thing. Like, Ashley was a whole menace them first 3 seasons, and ain't nobody saying nothing to her about anything. But you got a problem with Candiace and Wendy for defending themselves and things like that. It's a hard pill for me to swallow. It's just like I'm like, y'all really hate those girls. Y'all really hate those girls, but they'll never own it. They'll never admit that they hate them though. Like they're like the black sheeps of the Real Housewives of Potomac. How ironic, black sheeps, they're the darkest ones there. They're like the black sheep. They're the scapegoats for everything. Somebody else can do it, but they can't do it. You know what I mean? Somebody else can say this, but can't nobody else say it. I can read you down, they can't read you down. And as long as Giselle and Robin are running shit on that show, their ratings are going to continue to go down. Everybody's tired of watching Candiace and Wendy get iced out. Either you're going to come to some conflict resolution or we don't want to watch it. And that's the truth. I'm just over everybody making it sound like Candiace and Wendy is the problem because I don't see them being the damn problem. They're not perfect. Once again, they're not perfect by far, but they're definitely not the problem. So the question is Candiace and Wendy the downfall of the Real Housewives of Potomac? Do you guys think that they're the issue? Do you think that they're taking the colorism to a whole nother level? Do you think that there is colorism on this show or even racism on this show? Do you really believe that they're the ones that brought it down? Because they always say, we didn't talk about colorism until they came on the show. And once again, that's not true. So I'm going to allow y'all to talk about it down below. So with that being said, we're about to go ahead and pay the bills before we go. Make sure you guys support your mail. Long Days is available everywhere. Make sure you guys support Bando. Bando's Dream is available on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube, as well as DUI, his other record. With that being said, you guys, your boy's up out of here. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boy's up out of here. Until my next video, I will talk to you guys a little bit later. Bye.